Not exactly, well, it is news, but it was from the 16th of March, but I thought we'd just run over it again so it's clear what's going on here. This is the Daily Star, and it's Theresa May prepared to use nuclear weapons against Russia. I'll put the link in the description. Scroll down, you can see the picture of the evil satanic scumbag. Watch the video. One of the members of paedophiles asks her, is she prepared to use a nuclear weapon against 100,000 innocent men, women and children, to which she replies yes. And then it's pointed out to her that Russia has 10 times more nuclear weapons than the whole of NATO. So just think about that for a minute. This clearly mental. She is clearly a demonic controlled evil entity. Is prepared to launch a nuke at Russia, and so Russia retaliate by launching 10 back. That's the end of the UK. It's gone. This satanic evil bitch needs dragging out and putting in an asylum. She's clearly mental. She's a psychopath, and if we don't do something about it, she will cause the end of the UK for good. As I said, there will be a link in the description. Daily Fail. As speculators narrowly win the day for asset strippers takeover of GKN, will Minister veto it on security grounds? An abuse of capitalism. The four vultures who may pocket 285 million from the deal. I've got to say they all look pretty evil as well. It seems that's the way things are going at the moment, until we stand up and take back the country from the evil criminal cabal that's in at the moment. But of course they couldn't do it by themselves. All councils are in with it as well, so we need to get rid of them as well. And as we were just talking about such evil scum, how appropriate that it is. The scum. NMWay fuel rip-off. Motorway fuel, yeah. Well, I agree with that, because it's normally 10 to 20p more expensive per litre if you go on the motorway than it is at your local superstore. Army's 2-day booze up will fight each other on the beaches. 100 squaddies in Hull Island rampage. Carly, I'm better off without my cheating ex. Well, nothing in the scum. Let's see if the Mirror has got anything. Exclusive. Liam's late night out with Cheryl lookalike. And this is headline news for some reason. Can anyone like to explain why that's news? Poison spy daughter talks. Nerve agent victim recovers rapidly. Cops hope she can give vital clues. So, she's recovering from this deadly nerve agent that will kill you, apparently. And she was poisoned with it, and she's fine. Can you see that the British government, with whether it was the MI bunch of traitors, Mossad or CIA that was used to do the job, doesn't matter. This was all about trying to cause World War III, because the evil Satanist Luciferian bitches will be in their underground bunkers while we get obliterated. Now, just say for a second, say that you didn't believe that it was a put-up job by the criminal cabal government, or better still, let's just say it was. You see? You see? See how serious this is? But don't worry, I know that you'll all stand up and say, enough of this, let's drag the evil Satanist Luciferian bitch out and put her in an asylum where she belongs, along with the rest of the cabinet and anyone else that was laughing as she was talking about nuking 100,000 innocent men, women and children. The Guardian. Outcries GKN falls to hostile takeover. Russia expels US diplomats as poisoning row grows. Australia's cricket scandal ends in tears. That's a lie. If you look closely at that picture, there's not a tear anywhere. And of course, he'll just carry on as normal. He wants sacking, banning from cricket. That'll stop the cheating scumbags. But then again, it's only a game and a boring one at that. The Times. Hopes rise as poisoned spy's daughter is taken off critical list. Now, there's no evidence whatsoever that she was actually in a critical condition or even on a critical list. Let's just bear that in mind. The papers said she was, but without any evidence whatsoever. It's just like Mays, the Russians did it without a shred of evidence, not one shred of evidence. Ministers, you know, MPs, members of paedophiles. Ministers waste tens of millions on pledges. Third of public consultations come to nothing. And this is where the majority of money from the NHS goes to consultants that ends up going nowhere because the managers can't decide for themselves what to do, so they hire some consultants at hundreds of millions of pounds and nothing happens anyway. So if the managers can't figure out what their job is, they need to be sacked. We've got a bunch of incompetent, in fact not just incompetent, they know exactly what they're doing. Criminals in the NHS, and they need to be brought to task about it. Another evil Satanist in the picture there. Thank heavens, Pope puts hell in doubt. He's basically saying hell doesn't exist. Well, it does for them, and they're all going there, and the sooner the better. The anything but independent. Yulia Skripal out of danger. The daughter of former Russian spy Sergei Skripal is said to be improving rapidly. Her father is still critical. No evidence to back that up whatsoever, but you know, you can believe it because it's in the papers. Now this is something I've been warning about as well for quite a while, and talking about it, of course. Lawyers warn criminal justice system collapsing. Barristers pile pressure on government after war boys furore. It needs to collapse because it is corrupt beyond belief. And there are many of them satanic judges that need locking up as well. And they are pure satanic, Luciferian, evil scum. They need putting in psychiatric wards for the rest of their natural lives. No ever chance of getting out, because that's how seriously dangerous they are. Just look at the Prime Minister and you can see that. Prime Monster. And never has that title been more aptly correct than it is at present. The Daily Telegraph. It all ends in tears for Australian fallen idol. Again, not a tear in his eyes. More bullshit from the rags. 63 violent criminals paroled like war boys. Under pressure, Minister demands assurances on prisoners who were freed straight back into society. Right, can you see the problem here? They're pushing to keep someone in prison after they've served the time. So the problem here isn't the criminals, it's the judges. If the judges didn't give the correct sentencing, then they're not fit for purpose, and many of them are seriously not fit for purpose. In particular, in Nottingham, Godsmark and Co, the most dishonourable pair of Satanists we have in Nottingham, after the likes of the leader of Nottingham City Council, the evil Satanist John Collins, with his satanic Luciferian buddy who's been on common purpose training courses, the CEO Ian Currier. Of course, this is also about keeping you in, like I said the other day, about, say you realise that the council tax, there is no law that says a man or woman has to pay council tax, and you decide not to pay it, and they issue their fake summonses and then take you before a bought and paid for court, and then if, for instance, Nottingham Council has their big fat overweight, well overweight, and he seems to be getting bigger, you know, you don't see him for a couple of months and he's even bigger, not legally qualified, but he's in there spieling a load of lies about you, and then they get a liability order, and then if you don't pay, eventually they'll take you to another fake court, but this time it's more of a magistrate's court than the fake council tax courts, and then they can send you to prison. And so they do that, and they say, oh well, he's a persistent non-payer of council tax, let's keep him in longer. You see where this shit's going? Daughter of poisoned Russian spy talking. Says it was the British government. There you go then. Melrose successful in swoop on GKN. Big Ben should ring out on Brexit Day. Oh, we're having a Brexit, are we? Yeah, of course we are. Brexit without the exit. Cyclists ride into trouble in the Dales. Amateur cyclist. Everyone's an amateur cyclist, aren't they? Good Friday is the new Black Friday as shops cut prices by up to 70% at Easter. If someone knows the answer to this, let me know. Good Friday, that's the day that apparently Jesus was allegedly crucified and killed, yeah? So why is it called Good Friday? Shouldn't it be Bad Friday? Then again, in this current climate, everything is the opposite way round from the way it should be. Cambridge exams, I think I was right the first time, can be shortened amid strike chaos. Daily Express. Look who's stripping off for cancer. Well, maybe they just like stripping off because, as you and I both know, there are many cures for cancer. Oh, and 1,000 sex fiends up for parole. We've got a parliament full of them, and they freely walk amongst us and abuse the children and kill the children. Teacher wins 250,000 for falling off desk. A teacher has been awarded the 250,000 for a fall at school. The huge payout was part of a 20 million handed out in taxpayer-funded compensation to teachers. Peter Kay breaks silence to save lives. Doesn't say what it's about though. May's grand tour of Britain. Yes, make sure she visits the psycho units and doesn't come back out. Poison spy's daughter improving rapidly. But I thought this nerve agent was a deadly nerve agent and they should all be dead. Maybe it wasn't as deadly as they lied to us about. It's because they've lied to us about everything else, including that the Russians did it. Yulia Skripal makes incredible recovery at Salisbury Hospital. Incredible recovery, because she's supposed to be dead. Maybe it wasn't what they said it was. Remember the cop that was supposedly poisoned by it as well? He was out within a week or so. Target of nerve agent attack. Father, Sergei, still remains critically ill. Police reassure residents after high level of poison are found at home. So if high levels of poison were found at the home, how come she's recovered? Or is it just more bullshit? I know which one it is, and I'm sure you lot do. Labour in chaos, Australia cricketers. Yeah, more lies and deception. Well, we're in serious times at the moment, but don't worry about the fear, don't worry about it. All we have to do is keep our vibrations high, and obviously keep an eye out for May 25th when there's supposed to be a bomb going off, or so Alexa said, and